As I promised, we're going to show you once a month the horses at Saddleboard Rescue. And this is a unique view. This time, Jason got a drone with a video camera on it for Christmas. So we asked him to kind of give an overview of the property and Saddleboard Rescue. He's taking off from Aaron's car, and now this is his first attempt outside, so he's taking it really easy. He's heading up to the four stall barn. And up there, you're going to see Baby Rose, who's the spotted horse, and Aaron McCracken, who's our trainer. Aaron really loves these horses. Baby Rose is partnered with Royal, one of my retired horses that has EPM, because he's very gentle with her. She is now coming to. She is the baby of Mama Rose, who went to Ann Butler's barn. She's almost a spitting image. She's not afraid of this drone, and these drones are very loud. Okay, now I don't know what Jason's doing. Looks like he's going to drive it into the building. But now he's getting a picture of Lexi, and Lexi's coming up. In a minute, you're going to see her jump right there. It's because Aaron yelled at her because Lexi's been known to jump and take small things flying out of the air. So we don't need her to tear up the drone. We have the garbage can over the water tank, over the water handles faucet to keep it from freezing, and it's lined. And now you're looking at the back of our backyard, and the little paddock to the left is a turnout area for any of the rescues that are in the village that can be turned out. Um, the village is to your left. You're going to be seeing that shortly. There are 6 barns. 5 of them have 3 stalls, and there's one that has 2 stalls. So that's our village. And that's our show barn. We've got some customers there, and Aaron's heading back. Under the tarp, we have some boards. We're in the process of fixing stalls and fences in Saddleboard Rescue. We've already done North Winds. The drive you see goes up behind the barn and along the back pasture and up into the woods. And you can see a horse out there. I believe that's SBR Angel. And he's going to be bringing it down shortly. We use the equipment trailer as storage because there's very little storage for Saddleboard Rescue at all. There's none in these buildings. We have some roofs that go in between the buildings to keep stuff off the hay and blankets and stuff we may hang up there. Now Jason is on another day, a sunny day, and he's up in. We're going into what we call the mare pasture. You're going to have to the ground froze and then it rained a lot, thawed and got rained a lot, and so everything is a muddy mess. It is now frozen, but at this time it was muddy. This pasture, the first one he's into, we call the mare pasture. We separate the mares a little bit, not always. They seem to get along, and I'm going to try to tell you. In this pasture, we're looking for Mary Jo, Misty May, Sherry, Elvira, Ariel, Betsy Ross, Eclair, and Lady Fizz. The maroon blanket on the far left with a stripe is Betsy Ross. I'm going to keep looking and try to give you a hint. The horse with the kind of teal blanket with his tail up and ran through is Sherry. Now he's turning around to show you back where there's our sheds where they can get in. They don't go in there very often. The most they go in is usually, we have a fly spray system in those. In the summer when the flies will get bad, they'll go in there. In the winter, I almost never see them in the sheds at all. We do put turnout blankets on all of them. We have to take those on and off. We have to watch the weather. The teal blanket up front on the left is Lady Fizz. And then the horse staring there in the green blanket that just turned is Elvira. Now he's turned his way into what we used to call the old skinny, but nobody's skinny anymore. So this is one of the back pastures. The 2 bay horses up at the fence are well, let's talk about the ones coming up. Tony Romo's on the far left in a brown blanket. the green blanket with a white face is pumpkin spice. The black blanket is Augie. The blaze in the blue blanket, chestnut horse, is Becker. The blue blanket and the bay horse, which Jason's going to go back around to, is Captain Brody. The plaid and the bay horse is Ken. So there we've got Tony Romo in the brown, Becker in the bright blue, Pumpkin Spice in the green, Augie in the black. And there's a horse with a snip on his nose. That's Cider. And when Jason goes over, now they're moving around. The guys are starting to get ready to feed the hay. Those are great big alfalfa bales. All right, Cider's the green blanket on the right, and the horse right in the trees there is Go-Go. He was not going to come up. These drones are very loud. And so Jason's showing us ground, which is so. And there's a horse back in the back. To me, it looks like it has a blaze. Aaron says it's Spirit, and Spirit has a star. So it could just be the light on it. It could be that somebody put a horse in the wrong pasture. So now Jason's going back over the mares, and he's going to show you the mares again. And it's very hard to tell who they are from up here. Each horse has a bucket along the fence, and then they have hay out 24/7. Those are our 3 horse trailers that we use for Northwind Stables, and one of those we use a lot for Saddlebred Rescue and very little for Northwind. And our blue tractor is used primarily for the snow removal and pulling the manure spreader. There's some more fence boards down there that we still have that we've been replacing the fences. And now we're looking up the driveway towards the house. Just be glad I'm not flying this, or we'd be crashing into trees and either not going anywhere or going wildly everywhere. We have the dumpster with a pile of fences, gates back behind it that the rescues have torn up or bent various ways. We're waiting for those to get hauled off. And then the big camper is what Northwind uses to go to shows, and all of us stay in that. And pretty soon it'll be covered up and put away, but we just used it. This is the other side of what we call the sand lot, which is where we turn out horses. And it's right behind the house and in front of the village. And what Jason has spotted that you're not going to see for a few seconds is one of our pigs is in the backyard, Binky. And he's going to take the drone over and see if Binky reacts to it. It is very loud, but the pigs don't look up very often, so we've noticed it has to be a little lower for them to really pay a lot of attention. She's obviously not afraid of it. She hears it, I know, but there's some grass out there. This is all supposed to be frozen and dead, so it hasn't been all winter, and Binky's put on quite a bit of weight, so is Pixie. They're overweight. We need to put them on a diet. Binky now sees it, but she still decides she wants to eat. And there she's going to back up away from it. So you can see how fat she is. Part of that's because her hair's standing up a little bit. And she's going to run away. The electric wire mesh type fence is to keep our chickens in. And you'll notice there's no chickens. I'm sure that they think this drone is a hawk, and they are gone. So now Jason's flying it back. And I'm going, oh my god, oh my god. Don't eat the camper. Don't eat the camper. Don't dent it. Oh boy. Almost got it. When I was watching this, I was backseat driving even though he's already finished. Now Jason's up in the front of the house and we're looking at our quarantine area. And it is very, very muddy. We will have the horses out of there shortly. we didn't mean for right. It was too bad it got so muddy on us. You probably saw hoses laid out in the front. We have water out to this field, but not to the one on the left that you can see. And we are working to build to get money to have a shed out there so I can use that to put horses in. Right now we use it as an overflow or turnout during the day. These horses are the ones that are the latest horses in there. So the first one in the green bank blanket eating was, well, now wait, we're going to go back here. That is Holly that's now turning. And the black horse is Elizabeth. And they're waiting for their grain to be delivered. And there's their shed. And very muddy, as you can tell. We have not been putting hay in that because it got so muddy they were sinking down next to it. So we're going to, our next ambition is to get a load of gravel in, big gravel, and try to get that up above so the horses don't have to stand in mud while they're eating their hay. The two horses up on the green blankets are Giblet and Pudgy. Pudgy's walking, Giblet's standing, and we're going to have more pictures of that. Jason's coming back in. And this picture, they're all coming up to the front so I can tell you a little better who they are. Giblet's on the right. No, Pudgy's on the right. I'm sorry. And Giblet has the white bigger star, and now he's coming to look at us. And then the solid chestnut back behind those two is Holly, and then of course Elizabeth. And Elizabeth is not afraid at all. She's walking right up to the camera. I'm going to say again, the ground is frozen now, so they're not standing in mud. It was pretty awful. We had it frozen, and we were happy. We liked frozen ground, but with all the rain that we had, it's water standing everywhere. It's just awful. This fence on the left, they're going to be working on shortly. The horses not only eat out of those buckets and pull on the fence, but most of them crib and they'll pull on that fence. Now Jason's over the front yard and he's trying to figure out how to get into the pasture behind the four-stall barn. And that's our chicken coop in there. Again, I'm sure the chickens are inside hiding because they can hear this. And Jason's working his way to try to get past those trees to get in to see those horses in the behind the four-stall barn. And as you can see, a spotted horse came trotting up, and a horse in a red blanket. They're kind of checking this out. The spotted horse is Sinatra. Beatrix is wearing a red blanket, and that's her standing right there. Now this has a slope to it, so the mud's all along the fence, but it dried up along the top. So out here we have Iron Man, who's without a blanket, high-headed, no white. And we have Revere, which no blanket and a white face. They're very hairy, but these are the horses we're short. We just picked up a new horse yesterday. Today's the 12th, and does not have a blanket. So we're short about 5 or 6 turnout blankets for these horses. Again, the red blanket's Beatrix, and then Sinatra is the spotted horse. The green or blue blanket is Scott. It's a horse I use all the time in lessons, so I really like him. And the other two are Iron Man, which one of my students is teaching to canter because he was walking trot. And Revere has the white face, and Aaron's been working Aaron's been working Revere to canter. He looks to me like he might be a half Arab, and he's really smart, and he's picking this up really quick. A cute horse. So Jason's going to come down and land, and that will be the end of this tour. We did get 4 of the 5. Jason just ran out of battery time. Thank you.